Our first guest tonight praising Trump's pro-American trade policy. She was on stage with Trump this week as he unveiled his new child care and elder care plan. Joining us tonight, Congressman Marsha Blackburn of Tennessee. She's the vice chair of the House Energy and Commerce Committee. Great to have you with us. Let me start with 4% growth, 25 million new jobs. I mean, this is music to all our ears, and particularly our middle class and working families. How achievable do you think it is?
I think it's very achievable. You know, Lou, we've talked before, there is that old equation: less regulation plus less litigation plus less taxation equals more innovation and job creation. That's what Donald Trump rolled out in that speech today. I think people were excited to hear it. They were excited to find out about tax rates and know what he is going to do with the individual income tax rates, touched on cap gains, what he will do there, elimination of death tax. I think those are all positive steps.
You know, all of that's well and good, and I think most people want to hear that and have a rationale for it. I think putting some specificity around 25 million jobs, 4% growth rate, rather than being asked, as our current leaders have, to accept a so-called new normal. There's nothing normal about what we're doing. This is a period of anomaly in American economic history, and Donald Trump has been the only candidate talking about that reality and talking about the potential represented by so many of our unemployed, millions upon millions of them, and the potential of this economy to once again be achieving 4% growth. But it can't be done without following his policy that he articulated first and now brings forward, which is America First, and talking about fair trade deals.
That's very true. And making certain that the trade deals are going to be pro-America, making certain that the child care policies are pro-family, making certain that economic policies are pro-worker. Those are all things that are going to make a big difference. And I've got to tell you, too, I think one of the things that is going to make a difference with a President Donald Trump is the American people are going to go back and grab that can-do attitude that has made this country great. They will believe that they and their employers are going to be able to do this. New start businesses are going to believe that there's going to be somebody to help them fight back against bureaucrats so that they can see those dreams come true and build those companies.
Yeah, and at one time, Congresswoman, you and I would have been talking about the bureaucrats, but I mean now the American workers fighting against so many people and American families. I mean, it's bureaucrats, it's politicians, it's the left, it's liberals, it's media, it is foreign competition that is being welcomed into this country and said, which of our jobs would you like to take back? How much wealth would you like to result from your trade deals with this country? And Donald Trump, a fresh and powerful voice for the first time, looking to move toward the White House and the Oval Office, saying, enough. We're going to put Americans and America first. And the question arises, it's a question we can't entertain with any specificity here tonight. It's too long a question. But how in the world did we ever get to the point where we're now, according to one report, the third most depressed nation in the world instead of the most optimistic and a guiding light? How did we get to be a country that was transferring its wealth rather than creating it?
Right.
It's amazing that this is a situation all Americans must confront as we move toward Election Day.
That's right. And, you know, liberals do this incrementally. They chink away a little bit at a time at our freedoms. And they come in and they take a little bit more freedom. And you go back and you look at John Locke, the philosopher who so informed the founders of our country. What did he say? That the law should not be there to restrain and obstruct. The law should be there to preserve and enlarge freedom. That is what we need to return to, is understanding that the law should be there to protect the people, to enlarge freedom, to allow people
Well, we can't do that. But, you know, the great thing, Congresswoman, the great thing is we've got a candidate who is talking straight, identifying the problems, bringing forward solutions, and cutting through the nonsense and the pablum. And hallelujah, Now we're going to find out if the American
Yeah.
people are smart enough to listen and to vote come November 8th. What do you think?
Well, the polls say that that it is happening that way. He's up 5 points in Ohio. He is up in Maine. He is up in Florida. He's up in Georgia. He's up in North Carolina. I like these trend lines. I think the American people are waking up and they're saying, we want to get this country on the right track. We are tired of wage stagnation, economic stagnation. We are tired of making certain that we have to wait to find out what the federal government is going to do. We're ready to put America first. We're ready to get back to work.
Congressman, great to have you with us. Marsha Blackburn.
So good to be with you, Lou. Thanks.
Good to see you. Thanks so much.
Yes.
We're coming right back. Much more, a lot more straight ahead. Stay with us.